Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Cubcast. We have a special guest today, and it's a little different than the usual because for me, it was someone who, it's like, for me, it's like a cartoon. I look up to you. It's like a
Celebrity.
So for me, I'm very happy to have you on the show. How's your day going today?
Amazing. I'm happy to be here. Honestly, you guys don't know the behind the scenes here, but this is like a long time coming. We've been going back and forth for a while trying to find the perfect date. And today's the day. We made it. We're here, so thank you for having me.
Thank God. God works in amazing ways, and
100%.
somehow it works exactly perfectly.
This is the perfect time for me to be here.
Yeah. So why don't you tell us a little about yourself, where you grew up, and just the little things about who Shlomo was. By the way, just so you know, we have Shlomo Levinger here. Get his name out here. He's maybe you guys know him, maybe you don't, but he's pretty famous
Probably
out
not,
there.
but I'll introduce myself. So my name is Shlomo Levinger. I am a magician and a mentalist, which is very exciting, a lot of fun. And yeah, I travel all around the world, all around the country, performing my show for all different types of people. I go on the street sometimes and do some street magic. Sometimes I'll perform for athletes, celebrities. Sometimes, I do this for full time for a living. So I do quite a lot of events of all different shapes and sizes. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. That's what I do.
Beautiful. So I'm very happy to have you because it's a pleasure to have somebody that I always looked on Instagram from the beginning of where you started.
Yeah.
Starting off like a magician, doing like small birthday parties, small things, and
Sure.
I don't know how I followed you. I don't know where it came from. Maybe I liked one of your tricks that were cool. And
Probably.
I followed you, and from there it was it's cool to see where you came from and where you came to be.
Awesome. Yeah, I'll tell you, it's humble. It's very humbling because like when I started this, I had no idea or no intention of this going in any direction. I just kind of started as a hobby and really just was doing it for fun and never really thought to put thought into like, okay, am I going to be doing this for a living or how long am I going to be doing this for? I never really thought about any of those things, and I think that was one of the things that kind of was just organic. I think if you go into it saying like, hey, like, oh, like I'm only learning this to make money, or I'm only doing this to do it as a profession, you're not going to get anywhere because you genuinely have to like love it and be into it and really like it has to be genuine. So yeah, it's been almost 15 years now at this point since I started, and yeah, it's been quite a journey.
So what got you to start? Like, what was the first time that you started doing magic, and what was
Sure.
that? Like, how'd that continue?
Yeah, so I think for me it was, I know a lot of people's stories are very similar in a sense of like, when they were 5 years old, their grandfather got them a magic hit for their birthday. It wasn't like that. For me, I started when I was 14 years old, and the thing that got me kind of into it was the fact that at the time I was going through it a little bit. I was dealing with some like personal stuff. I just I'm very much like the way I cope with things is I distract myself. I put my brain into other places, so I get into things and like I try to avoid and not really, think about or deal with the things that are troubling me. And at the time, one of the things that I kind of just used as a distraction was magic tricks. Like I was on YouTube looking up magic tricks every night, figuring learning new stuff, and it really took my mind off of like everything that was going on. And not in a bad way, like not in a personal way, but yeah, my parents were getting divorced when I was in 9th grade at that exact time. So I was 14 years old. It was kind of like a little bit of like I was like a little naive little kid. So like I didn't know better, but it was a little bit of like a shock. So I was just like kind of just in a really weird place, and I needed something to like take my mind off of everything. So that's kind of really where it all started. And I thank God, thank God I distracted myself in a very wonderful way because that could have gone anyway. So
That's the thing. That's what I was about to say. Is
Yeah.
that it can turn into an addiction.
Sure.
And I guess your addiction was magic.
Sure.
in some way?
I would say that that's a good point. I would say that I do have in some ways an addictive personality. Like, yeah, like when I get into things, like I'm not like a get into something for short and then forget about it type of person. I know there are people that like they'll get into things for like a week or two, and then they'll drop it, and they'll find something else. They'll find something else. I'm very much I get into something and I stick with it, and I'm like that with a lot of things, like magic, golf. I love playing golf. I played golf for a long time. I never dropped it just because it's so challenging as well. Many other weird, random things that I kind of just got into and never really like dropped. Like this is like the most random thing ever. I don't think I've ever like said this out loud to anybody because it's like very embarrassing. But there's a game. I don't know if you're familiar. Have you heard of GeoGuessr? You ever heard of this?
I'm not sure.
So the game GeoGuessr, it's a game. It's an online computer game, and it's Google Maps, and you basically get dropped in a random location in Google Maps, and you have to find that location on the map, and you have to try to figure out where it is. And it's a very challenging game.
Like a picture of something.
Yeah, you get like a still image, or like you can move around sometimes, and like you have to go in the map and try to figure out where it is. And like I don't know, I like challenging things like that.
It's like those Instagram people that they put money under a thing, and you got to figure out where that is.
Yeah, I've seen some of that stuff too. So this is kind of just online, but like but similar. Like you have to know where it's at, based on like I don't know, like random stuff like the road lines and the road markings and the trees and like different random weird stuff. And I don't know, I always found that intriguing. I like geography for some weird reason, so like I got into that a little bit. Like not in like a professional way or anything like that, but just for fun. Like, and I never got sick of it. I still love it. So it's like there's certain random things that I just kind of get into and I stick with. In the not best way possible either. Like there was trying to think of like things that are not great. Like just trying like what
if we actually go back. So I wanted to add this in because I think it's important. We had a someone on a guest on our podcast. His name was Sean Balva, one of our last podcasts. And Sean had an addiction. He had addiction through drugs and alcohol and all these crazy things. And for you, it's a big thing that you were able to use magic as your addiction.
So I think I mean, it's a real blessing because I think I got lucky in a way. Like I think I was lucky based off the way I grew up and like based on like the people I was around and the people, my family and like kind of the people, my friends that I hung out with. I wasn't really in a position like to like where I was hanging out with people that were doing the wrong thing. So I wasn't necessarily like in a place where like that could have been the thing to happen. But I will say like if I was in that situation, that meaning if I had better access or like more if my friend group wasn't as as
it's about who you're around and
if I hung out with the wrong people, I definitely could have gone in any direction. So I'm happy with the way it turned out, and obviously now like being that it's what I do for a living, like this is how I support my family. Like this is how I plan to this is what I plan to do forever, like for the rest of my life. Like it's really crazy to think back of like how it just I think obviously credit to God like putting me in a position early to succeed and like saying like, hey, I got you. Like this is how I'm gonna, this is how you're gonna support yourself, and this is how, this is what I'm gonna start you. I'm gonna start you on it right now because I know that you need, that much time for the experience and to learn and to grow. So, pretty crazy.
So what was that next step? Now you're doing magic at 14, maybe 15, whatever you're doing. And you think this is cool, this is fun, but what was the next step? How'd you take that to the next step?
So it's a good question. I think that I don't think there's one answer to that. I think there was no like moment really, sort of. There was no real like one moment where it was like, okay, now first I'm an amateur, now I'm a professional. It's very gradual. It's a gradual process, and I think that, I guess naively, but like also like not. I kind of every success, every step of the way where I felt like I was growing and like I was getting better, to me was like super awesome. So like, when I booked my first, let's say day camp show or like whatever, to me at the time, it's like, yo, like this is awesome. Like we're doing it,
At least you're doing something with it.
And I was excited about it, meaning like I took it as like I took it as a win, like I really felt good about it in the moment. It's not like I was looking ahead and saying, hey, I want to be here and this is nothing. Like I want to try to get there. You'll never be successful that way. I think it's just every step of the way, genuinely being all in, being in the moment, taking advantage of it and really using it to spring yourself to the next step. I think is very important. But yeah, every step of the way, I felt like I was growing and I was really like getting better and better. And like if you came to me 2 years ago and said, Shlomo, like, can you see the trajectory of your career or like where you're at, like going upwards from here? I would say like maybe, but like where I'm at right now is this could be my peak. I don't even
So
know.
I remember you started doing at day camps. There was a lot of kids yelling and screaming
Yeah,
and hyping.
just yeah.
And what else? I don't remember.
So
exactly.
early on, I did a lot of just like smaller parties, small family parties, Hanukkah parties, day camps, really anything. Like I'm trying to remember. I once it's crazy. This is funny. I once did a bris. I didn't do the bris. I didn't do the bris.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't do the actual bris, but I did a bris. Yeah, I've had some funny stuff. Especially, but I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but I did it. The bris was, it was a bris for a family and their extended family, but they weren't religious at all. So the bris was in a non-kosher restaurant, which was hilarious to me. I just thought that was so funny. Like
they're still doing it. That's the point.
Fair enough. But it was just I thought it was hilarious. It was like, you know.
So where'd you do magic? What do you mean?
So they had at the time
the breakfast like.
Yeah, so at the time, so they had like it was like a lunchtime thing. They did like a lunch, and then they had just for like the kids, they wanted to have some entertainment, so they brought me in, which was
I guess the bris wasn't enough entertainment.
I guess not. I don't know. It was funny though. I remember cracking up and being like, "Where am I?" And then I don't know. It was funny, but
so you were doing like a lot of
I was doing a lot of random stuff. I was doing
whatever you can get your hands on.
Yeah, I remember, and I've said this story over, but like I remember in the summers, like I didn't have a license yet. I was still in high school. Like I was 11th grade.
License. Oh wow.
Yeah, I didn't drive, so I remember like getting like my dad would give me rides upstate to like gigs, and then like one time he wasn't available. Not one time, a few times he wasn't available, so I had to like hitchhike because I didn't want to pay for a taxi because let's say a taxi would cost me like $50, and then I was only making like $200 from the gig. So like I didn't want to spend like a quarter of my paycheck on the taxi going there and back.
But it's pretty big that you were young. You were still in high school doing it. That's a big
I
thing.
hitchhiked to the gig, which is crazy. But like that's the hustle I had. I have a really hustle mentality, like make it happen.
But I guess being on your own, having these struggles that you went through at a younger age, I think that kind of maybe matured you and got you to do
that's
all these things.
That's an amazing point. And good or bad, it made me very self-sufficient, self-reliant. I don't want to say like I have trust issues. I don't have trust issues, but like it did cause me
matured
to.
You.
But it did cause me to have also like in a negative way, like a certain trust. Like it's a good thing and a bad thing. I think it's good because it really like it allows me to like get things done, but it also like there's a negative side to it where if I feel like I'm in control of the situation, if I don't feel like I'm in control of the situation, I'll get anxious. You know what I mean? Like I'll get super anxious. Like if I can't control like what's, obviously we can't control anything because God's controlling everything, but at least that feeling of security of like, what's going on?
Of booking your
a lot of things. There's a lot of factors of that. So it's like, but you're right. But it did allow me to be very like mature and self-reliant. I was throughout my high school years. I pretty much made my own money and supported myself. I didn't really, I didn't take any money from my parents. Like I just kind of made whatever money I was doing for magic, and I would use that. So I really just kind of carved my own path. Like really, became very like self-reliant and kind of just really like went hard. Yeah.
Fun. So now you're doing all these gigs to all these date parties, and what got you to go get to the next level? Obviously, we didn't mention it yet. We didn't talk about it, but I want to slowly, gradually get there. But can you tell us about what started the next step of becoming either a magician or a mentalist?
Sure.
What's the difference between magician and mentalist? Like how do you?
It's a loaded question. Okay, so first let's start with like the first part of the question of kind of where that breakthrough happened. I think that first of all, I think social media is an incredible platform for word of mouth and marketing.
That's how we got this podcast.
100%.
Just a DM. If everyone listeners are listening right now, just DM the guy, people around you.
Send DMs, send messages. It's a win-win situation because if you don't get a response, who cares? If you wouldn't have messaged them, you wouldn't have got a response anyway. And if you do get a response, it's only a plus because you got a response.
That's most of my.
It's a win-win. You have nothing to lose by sending DMs. Really, like people are more accessible than you think. I think that's a big thing. Like, you think people are untouchable, they're not. Everyone has an ego. Everyone's got a, everyone wants to, especially with podcasts. I feel like everyone wants to be on a podcast. Everyone wants to talk about, their story. So, if you want to, if you're in the space to where like it's helpful for you to reach out to people on social media, do it. It's worth it. You have nothing to lose. But I will say, so social media is a huge platform, word of mouth. So at this point, let's like put a timestamp on this. So I'm probably, I'm trying to think I think I was probably like around 21, 22, probably like 22, 23, 21, 22, 23, that age. 22, let's say 22 years old. I'm 22 years old. I'm doing this already. Like, I'm pretty busy. Just from word of mouth. I'm doing Shabbat breakfasts. I'm doing small parties. I'm doing bigger parties. I'm doing holiday parties. I'm starting to really build up my business. Charging a little bit more, starting to get more of a reputation. And throughout this whole process, I always loved posting stuff on social media. So, one day and this is a crazy story. So speaking of DMs, so I'm not going to name the particular person because like, I wouldn't like necessarily associate myself with them, but like, it's fine. But like, I'm not like, whatever. That's not the point of the story. So I DM'd this guy. There was a guy. I DM'd this guy, and he's a big like
famous or.
Yeah, he's on like social media. He's like a social media comedian type, whatever. I don't want to say who it is just because because I don't. If you go to his page, I can't promise you it's like the cleanest page ever. So I don't want to like say it, but yeah. I go to his so I DM him because I saw that he was going to be in Stamford, Connecticut. So I DM'd him like, hey, no, and he posted on a story and he's like, hey, literally not doing anything today. What ideas do you guys have? What can we do? What should we do today? So like I responded, I'm like, hey, I'm a magician. We can go out to like the bars and like the street and like mess with people, whatever.
And you thought like maybe he's not gonna answer you. Like,
yeah, but like it's, again, like that
doesn't hurt.
Going back to like it doesn't hurt. So a couple minutes later, he hits me back, and he's like, yo, that would be amazing. Like, yo, that would be so fun. Let's do it. So I hop over there. I pick him up.
And he has a following, I'm sure. So,
huge following. Yeah. We go to a bar and like we just start like drink a couple beers. We're messing with people. Like I was going around doing a bunch of tricks. He's getting a kick out of it. He was dying. He loved it. And then he was tagging me in all these stories. And then I get home and I realize I'm like, whoa! I just got in an hour or two. I got like 1,000 followers.
Wow.
And I was like, that's crazy. So I kind of didn't think much of it. It was too many people to go through. And I didn't realize that he has a lot of athletes that follow him. Big athlete following.
Maybe you didn't think that you were somebody, but I was following you thinking like, oh my God, this guy's cool. It's cool stuff.
So I just didn't even like really look at the followers. And I get a text from a friend and he's like, hey, do you realize that Mike Trout follows you? I'm like, what? And I look and Mike Trout's following me. I'm like, oh, that's crazy. He must have been from this thing. Yeah. So I quickly send him a DM because if you don't know how Instagram works, is if
they get on it right then.
Meaning if someone follows you and you send them a DM, it comes into their regular inbox and they will see it. If you don't follow them, or if they don't follow you and you send them a DM, it goes to like a request page and then they have to like. It's very complicated.
There's AI these days. A lot of people have AI connected to.
So, but if they follow you, if someone follows you, the message will come up in their inbox and they'll see it. So I send them a DM and I said, hey, huge fan, appreciate the follow. If you're ever looking for an entertainer or whatever, just let me know. That was it. Sent it off. And he texted me back. He's like, yo, your stuff's crazy, whatever. We start talking a little bit back
Just
and forth.
for the listeners, Mike Trout is in the MLB.
He's one of the best baseball players, if not the best baseball player of all time. He's really he's a first ballot Hall of Famer, easy, amazing player. So if
he's not injured.
He is very injury prone these days, which is not great. But he's had enough years where he's been the best player to earn that respect, So he hit me up. We're going back and forth, and then he's like, "Hey, listen, I want to bring you out to a game, and then after the game, let's hang out and I want to see this in person. I don't believe it." So this is like can't make this stuff. Like this is like
his time though. This is like
I mean this is
prime.
this is like you don't make this stuff like this is like stuff you just like, you dream of. This is not stuff that actually happens.
Yeah.
And he hits me up and yes. Then I said absolutely. So we found a good date. We went out to California and I knew it was a big deal. So I brought my brother who's a videographer. So he came to film it. I brought another friend and we went to the game. He got us tickets. And it was crazy. He was excited.
Who got you tickets? Trout?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And he was really excited to see us. And then
Cool.
we got there, and afterwards we hung out with him and Anthony Rizzo because they were playing the Yankees, and the Yankees were in, I guess, their buddies. So him, Rizzo.
I remember the photo. I remember.
Yeah, Justin Upton, Dexter Fowler. There's just a couple other people, like really, guys who just good players, and like we hung out and we filmed all of it, put the edit together. I had an editor work on it with me, and we put it out, and yeah, it blew up. It absolutely blew up, and I had some players in the comments reaching out saying, "Yo, this is awesome."
Other players were wanting to do it, right?
Yeah. So then Alex Bregman hit me up, and he's like, "Hey, can you come out to Houston and do this with us, like for our YouTube channel?" And then from there, it kind of just snowballed, and like, I kind of started to make little connections through social media and just through meeting people in person.
We're going from players to actually the whole team in the
and then I did my first team 2 years ago at the Dodgers. So they reached out. I did a show for them before the season, and then they won the World Series that year. Which is last year.
You did the Yankees.
This year I did the Yankees. They did not win the World Series this year. So yeah, I've been to a bunch of teams. I've been to the Yankees, the Dodgers, the Angels, the San Francisco Giants, the Houston Astros,
the Mets.
I never performed for the whole Mets team, but I did some stuff with Pete Alonso that was really cool. So yeah, if you want to check out my social media, like you'll see all these players that I've done stuff with, and it's like super, super awesome.
Before we continue all this, I want to get into it deeper and whatever.
Sure.
But why don't you tell us about how, like, when you were going through it and you're trying and you're pushing and you're going, maybe it's the Angels, maybe it's Mike Trout, maybe it's the small gigs. But what got you to continue pushing even when it was hard, even though you had your struggles that came up, or you thought you were a failure, or thought you were like through the hardship of where it was all at, where it was tough. Maybe you missed a flight, maybe there was delay, maybe. I don't know, through these things, maybe there was a story, maybe there was something to tell us about how you can get through even when it's difficult.
It's a good question. Things happen in Magic all the time, especially in Magic and mentalism. Like, things can go wrong in the show. Like,
yeah, I was thinking that.
I could be performing and, like, the trick doesn't work. I had it today. I'm coming from a show now. I came from a performance. I had it today. Yeah. I have this thing where I have a prediction in an envelope, and it's, like, stapled up and whatever. And something didn't work with it, and whatever. And I had to like quickly figure out another way to do it. So it's challenging. It happens, and then even like logistically things will happen. I was once I was booked for the High Lifeline a marathon in Florida and Miami, and they do like the job as like the weekend like hotel thing, and I had a really stressful day the day before. I had a Friday morning flight, like a 6 a.m. flight. I had a crazy day the day before, and this is the only flight in my life I've ever missed. Never missed a flight in my life. And I had a crazy day before. The day before, my bank account, someone tried stealing money from my account. Oh wow! I had I don't know, somehow somebody hacked my bank account. And I was just dealing with it the whole day. It was a huge stress. Yeah. I missed my flight. I woke up and it was like 7 a.m. and my flight was at 6. And
where were you going from?
And I was going from JFK to Miami. I lived in for the Chabateau, and I was booked as a gig. Like I can't miss that.
So you couldn't go.
So I quickly got on a flight. Thank God there was another flight. I took another flight. I got into Miami like 30 minutes before Shabbos, like crazy, like really like last second. I made it, thank God, but like, yeah, it was crazy. It was not ideal at all, and like those situations are really scary, and you gotta just, it's
for me in my when I do the podcast. Sometimes things go wrong. You don't want that, but that makes it a lot harder.
Yeah, sometimes you get bad guests. Yeah. Sometimes you gotta settle for me. No, but But yeah, no. So it's like things could happen all the time. Like I'm trying to think of like something specific where like I just there have been times, by the way, where like especially on the booking side of things, because the way that it's meaning I'm booking, meaning nothing's ever set in stone, right? Like
Yeah.
I could have a good season, I could have a bad season, I can make more one season, I can make less one year. Like it's up and down. Like meaning like I have to just I have to hope that like my popularity stays the way it is, or like people still want to book me. Like it's really scary to like have to like book flights and like or not book flights, like book gigs and like I don't know if I don't know if in a month people are still gonna want like I don't know if people are gonna want to book me. I don't know.
Day by day
It's a
process.
day by day thing, so I get it. There's a lot of anxiety involved. Like there's a lot of like, hey, is this something that's really sustainable? Like what am I supposed to do? So there's a lot of that. There could be some that's like nervousness where like I get very anxious and I try to stay off social media as much as I can, but like I'll look on social media and I'll see other people getting booked for different things and I'll be like, wait, like why do they call him and not call me? And like that's bad on me because like meaning obviously I shouldn't be thinking like that, but it's hard sometimes to really like separate yourself. So I try to stay off social media. I try not to look at like try to just focus on what I'm doing and really like stay in my own zone and like know what I'm doing. Yeah, but like even knowing like hey, I've been doing this way longer or I'm way more successful, whatever that means, compared to that other random dude. Like,
But it doesn't matter. We have to stay in our lane. I saw today
yeah,
the offense you're talking about.
oh,
We have
he's
to
the
stay
man.
in our lane and
Yeah,
be in our own place. If we look at what other people have, we'll just make our lives harder.
yeah, because also you never see the full picture, so like you're only seeing little snippets, especially on social media.
Yeah.
You're only seeing
It's not
highlights.
real life.
Yeah, you're only seeing like the good, like the fun times. You're not seeing anything else, and like I think that yeah, it's definitely not real life. And if if you see how come that person has that relationship or that person has that type of thing or they have that car or they have that house, like that doesn't mean that their life is better than yours. It's just
Yeah, I was speaking to high school students back in the summer at
awesome.
one of the organizations, and I was saying like we have to really like not life's not sunshine and butterflies. It's just like how people make it look like it,
Right.
But just their life is so good, but like no, it's not. Sometimes it's not that way.
Right. I feel like, and to your point, and off camera, we were talking about this. Like, everyone's got a story. Everyone's got something. There's something challenging in every single person's life.
Exactly.
Like, there's things that come up. Like, there's things that come up that I wouldn't even like. That I don't even like. That are private. Like to me, like that I wouldn't necessarily talk about. But like, there are things that come up that are like really challenging. Like it's
Because somebody has something that looks harder than other
and nobody
people.
knows. Nobody
Everyone has
knows.
their own
Nobody
challenge,
knows
yeah.
because everything looks normal. Everything looks good. Like, people have a hard time. Like, there are people that have just like it's funny. Like, I got married 3.5 years ago almost.
Wow.
I didn't have a kid till 4 months ago, and
Wow.
like in our circles, that's like 3 years. That's crazy. Like, yo, like what's going on, right? But like you don't know you don't know why people make certain decisions or like why certain things are happening, and like there's a certain like expectation or a certain judgment that people have, and it's like you just don't know anything. It just goes to show like we assume so much, and like we look around and we say like you're saying like, oh, like wow, that person really like they look like they have a perfect life. Like
Yeah, it's not.
everyone's got something. There's something going on. There's always it's just the way it is, and that's the goal of our life. We're supposed to, everyone has challenges, and we're supposed to overcome those challenges. Now, I will say that unfortunately, the way that it works is that some people's challenges are harder than other people's challenges. Not every challenge is created equally, but it's a cliche thing, it's a classic thing, but it just goes to show like Hashem gives the people who can handle it the most the hardest challenges. Meaning, if you have someone who doesn't have hard challenges, it just means they can't handle it. Hashem knows what everyone's able to handle and what tests everyone's able to pass. So when you have something, when you have a challenge that is significantly harder and extremely difficult, that means that Hashem believes in you enough to say, hey, I believe in you that you have the strength to overcome this and to.
That's why we're in this world. God gives us a chance every day because He believes in us.
Yeah, and I think that I know I'm the guest here, but like let's say with with muscular dystrophy, I think that's what it's called, right?
Yeah.
So like God knows, and He's saying, look, Isaac, like you have like I know that this is going to be the thing for you that's perfect for for you to succeed in life. Like, and that's a cool thought. It's like
sometimes my challenges, like if I look back at all the things that I've been through,
yeah,
like I would ask for that again because that's what it made me who I am. I could be inspirational. I don't know. I just feel like
it's very
I can
powerful.
get out there and tell my story and inspire
I would say a
people
similar
because of what I
thing.
went through.
Like obviously it's not as intense, but like I would say a similar thing. Like if my parents wouldn't have got divorced, would I have been doing what I'm doing right now? Would I be out there performing and from a personal level making money, from a spiritual level making a Kiddush Hashem, going out performing with athletes with my yarmulke and sits out? Like would I be doing that? Definitely not. So
that's also a big thing. You're a proud Jew. You don't take your yarmulke off when you go in there.
I'm happy when people remind me of it. Like because I'm myself, I don't think like that. Meaning I'm not like going in like, hey, like I'm trying to make a Kiddush Hashem here, which I should be, but I'm just being myself. Genuinely, I'm just being myself. So
just be yourself. And
and
you could succeed.
I actually appreciate when people come over to me and they remind me like, hey, you're making a massive Kiddush Hashem, because it makes me feel good about what I'm doing. Like you don't have to necessarily, like, this might be a hot take, but like
you were being yourself by becoming a magician. Like maybe
Sure.
that was not the coolest thing to begin. Like you went to like these small stupid parties.
You're right. And guess what? And how many magicians do you know? Probably not a lot.
Not too many.
And how many kids in high school are like that weird kid that does magic tricks? Yeah. It's like, it's not the coolest thing ever. It isn't. But at the end of the day, I was just being myself. I didn't really care. And I think that thank God, like this is the path that was chosen for me.
So I have a question to follow up on this because I think it's an important aspect because I hear it all the time. Guys at 20, maybe 25, maybe 27, just finding what they need to do in their life, finding out what they need to do. And sometimes they think that it's not going to work out. Maybe this is not going to happen. How am I going to have children? How am I going to have a family? How am I going to support a family? So when you go through these, I guess challenges or getting through that, what got you to say, okay, I'm going to continue and I'm going to get it done and I'm going to do these things and I'm going to go to the LA Dodgers to speak to them, or I'm going to,
Yeah, it's funny. I think there's like kind of what I was saying earlier. I think people think things are so unachievable. And the bottom line is they're very achievable. They're so in reach. Like all you got to do is just try. Like if I have, let's say, 10 goals, 10 things I want to accomplish, I'll write them down. 10. I don't actually do this, but like if I would, let's say, do this, I would say, here are the 10 things I want to accomplish. I write them down on a piece of paper, and I make a really strong attempt to succeed at each thing. So whatever it is, let's say it's, perform for the Yankees. So I know to do that, I need to reach out to this person, this person, this person, this person, this person, this person, and this person. And maybe one of them will connect me to the right person to maybe get it right. Maybe.
Yeah.
But I got to do that. I got to put in that work. I got to do that, right?
We all have a connection.
If I didn't do anything, then it would never happen. Like if you didn't put your first step forward, like Hashem's not going to make the rest of it happen. So I think the first thing is important to really like make a real conscious effort to get it done. And I guarantee you, if you have 10 things 10 goals that you want to accomplish, and you really put real effort into each one, some of them are going to pan out. And they're going to work out, and you're going to take those as your wins.
What if the times that you put effort in still doesn't work out?
That's fine, because I guess what I promise you, there's nothing you've ever done, and I'll put you on the spot here. Yeah. I want you to think of something you've ever put real effort into, and there was no positive that came out of it.
Yeah, there is a positive, but it may not be a positive compared to other things. It
might not be what you expected, but at the end of the day, there is something you can take away from it. Yeah. Meaning, it's not a total waste of time. Yeah. It's not a total waste of time. Like if these cameras weren't recording right now, would you say that we wasted our time today? No, of course not, because we had an awesome conversation.
I actually this is my hobby. I enjoy
exactly.
I get more fun out of sitting down and talking to someone and talking about their story rather than actually putting it on Instagram.
Sure.
I feel great. It feels great.
It's awesome. Yeah. So I
get to know someone else's story and someone else's challenge and how they're getting through it, because everybody has a challenge and how they're able to succeed. Yeah. Everyone has it.
Yeah, and I think if anybody's feeling like down, where like they've tried so many things and nothing's working, I think obviously faith goes a long way. Really, just like trusting God and saying like, okay, there's a right time and right place for everything, and maybe this is not the right time for me to do this show or to do that thing, or to get married or have kids or whatever it is. Maybe this is just not the right time, and the right time will come, and I'm just putting my full trust and faith in it. It's easy to say. It's one of those things that's like easy to say, not so easy to do.
Yeah.
But that's why we learn Musar. That's why we do all these things to try to strengthen our Amuna and Bitachon and what's his name? Rabbi Daily Bitachon. What's the guy's name? He does. He's a Syrian guy. You should know this guy.
Yeah, Rabbi. He's a rabbi.
He does watches. He has a watch business.
I'm forgetting the name, but
whatever.
I know
If you know what we're talking about, you know what we're talking about. He's awesome. Like his bitachon. Like
I didn't even know that you knew about it.
Yeah,
was, like,
he's
just
very like strong. Like
someone mentioned.
It's actually so funny. It's like he'll be like, this is my impression of him. This is like, he's like, what? Are you crazy? How do you not trust God? Bitachon. What do you mean? Of course. Like he's so he's so like powerful. He's really good.
I hear him sometimes.
It's really fun to listen to.
Yeah.
But but like it's easy to say, it's hard to do. But really, like we should really like, I think really like for me when I get anxious about certain things in business or whatever, like I think the thing that really does help and calm me down is I know, okay, God has a number of money I'm supposed to make this year. He knows exactly what I'm supposed to be doing, which gigs are good for me, which are not.
Just do your part.
And he's gonna allow me to be successful or whatever. However, even if I'm even not successful, whatever he thinks is the best thing for me is what's gonna happen. So I think that helps me sometimes when I get anxious about these things.
Yeah, that's important.
Yeah.
So now that you said that you went from what you grew from something small and you got bigger and you became mentalist for the Dodgers or for all these.
I still think there's room. There's even more room to grow.
But this is something I followed you all this long, and I thought you were so cool for your tricks. Why don't you show us what you got? Like, show us what Shlomo Levinger. What is he doing? What's his? I
just want to see where your head's at. You know the playing cards at all? You know the cards, the playing cards.
Yeah.
If you were to name a card, you just name a card. This is not a trick. I just want to see where your head's at on this. There's no trick here. Just
Ace of Hearts.
Ace of Hearts. Okay. I asked you that because that tells me certain information that I'm about to read your mind. Mm-hmm. And by whatever card you say, that tells me about your personality, tells me about you as a person. So you said Ace of Hearts. So now, based off of that, I'm able to go and try to figure out other information. So here's what we'll do, actually. I have my wallet here.
It's also got to be a little creative for this. This is,
exactly. I want you to think of the first name of someone in your life that means something to you. It could be a family member, it could be a friend, but don't make it too obvious. Like if maybe I could have done some research or like I want it to be random, like truly random. A random name of somebody.
Okay.
And let's get Ace over here.
Like there's a different name than the usual name?
I'm just going to grab that pen. Hold on.
Okay.
Could be any name you want.
Yeah, I got it already.
You got something?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Here's what I want you to do.
Yeah.
If I give you this card, would you be able to write the name down?
Yeah.
Take it. Yeah. I want you to take this. Don't let me see, though.
Yeah.
Don't let me see. Don't let me see. Write their name. Don't let me see. You can show your camera, but I'll look away. I'll look away. So yeah, show them, but I'll look away. You got it? Cool?
Yeah, go.
I'm not looking. Tell me when I can turn back.
Good.
I'm good? Just for extra so I can't see it, take the card and just put it back in my wallet. Just so I can't peek. Like, put it in between a couple cards there, yeah. So what is that? Underneath my...
And the name is also backwards. So
that's okay. Underneath my Dave & Buster's card there.
Yeah.
On top of my my credit card, so that way I genuinely can't peek.
And it's backwards, so you couldn't even see it. Even
perfect, and I'll leave this here so I can't get to it. Here we go. I'll take the pen. You ready? Look at me. If I can try to figure out the name of this person, that'd be pretty cool, yes?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Because it's not like the regular name that you would hear.
Okay. And on a scale of 1 to 10, how well do you know this person?
Pretty well.
Pretty well. This is a friend?
Yeah.
This is a close friend?
Yeah.
You know this person for a while, yes? Because I could see, like, you have a smile on your face.
Pretty well.
Yeah.
Right.
See, just because you said the Ace of Hearts, like, I already know where
Try to think of a different person.
Where your mind's going to go. No, think of that person. I'm gonna write it here.
Sounds like you're doing it's too long.
We're
I don't
about
think
to
you're
find
gonna
it.
get it.
You think I'm writing too much?
I know you're gonna get it because I've seen so many different things.
Okay. I'm gonna lock that
And
in.
even if you don't, if I don't get it, I might pretend that I know. No, it's just for the listeners.
No, we're not doing that. We don't play games here. Only serious business. You ready?
Yeah.
On the count of 3, you're gonna say it. I'm gonna and then I'm gonna show you. Ready?
1, 2, 3.
Say it.
Wait, I want to see it first. No.
I wrote it in my hand. I can't change it. I'll even wait. Don't look. I'll show the camera.
Mickey. Wow. I was gonna do like Michael first, but then I was like, you know what? Mickey is the right game because it's a little different. You know?
It's harder, but we got it.
That's pretty cool.
Bam. You know what? And I'll take this.
And that was like off the cuff.
Yeah,
you
nothing.
You didn't plan it.
Nothing prep. No,
Maybe
nothing.
we thought you.
We didn't even talk
it,
before the show or anything.
We didn't talk.
You know, and I'll take this one step further. Actually, can you here, I'll put this down? Can you
You could know. Maybe you could know something about that person. No?
About Mickey? I could try. I mean, were you in camp with them? Maybe.
If you want to say somewhat, yeah. But that's not where I met him.
But you were with him in camp.
Yeah.
So I could tell like that vibe, like getting that vibe.
Yeah, I could.
Can you do me a favor? You have an aura ring on.
Yeah.
Those who don't know what the aura ring is, it basically attracts like your health, basically. Do you mind if I see it?
Yeah.
Just for the people at home. There we go. Watch the ring. Let's try this.
Yeah, very cool.
Watch it. You can see it?
Yeah.
You can just take it off, and you can throw it back on.
Yeah.
I'll do it again, but this time I want you to. First of all, we can take it. We can take it here. Can you see? I don't know. I hope they can see this. You can blow it, and you can make it come back here. Same thing here. You can throw it up in the air. It lands right there. But I'll do this again. But this time I want you to catch it. You ready? And this camera will pick it up. You put your hand like this, like here, like maybe like.
This is crazy.
Like here. Ready? Hold your hand right up here.
I can't really hold.
That's
it
okay. This is probably gonna hold it for you. You ready? You're gonna catch it. You ready? 1, 2. That's when it vanishes. It flies through the air, and it lands on your shoulder.
No way.
And it just bounced away. Let me grab that. Saved it before it went under the couch. There you go. Do like yeah.
Very cool.
That's awesome.
Nice.
But yeah, there you go. That's a little. First we did a little mind reading, and then we did like throwback, a little sleight of hand sort of thing.
Yeah. We'll get like a clapping emoji after like done.
I like that for sure.
So very cool. Now we got to see in person, you know, what it was like to see your magic.
Name a color, by the way. Red or black?
Red.
And then
I thought of red before you said it.
Interesting. And then hearts or diamonds?
Hearts.
Hearts. And then imagine like ace here, king here. So all the cards are in the air. I'll just run my finger. Just say stop whenever you want.
It's not.
Right here. So that would be like maybe like 7, 8, or 9 area. Because if king's there, is which one? 7, 8, or 9?
9.
9. So you said red. Yeah.
Red.
Then you said, what did you say?
9 red.
Hearts. Hearts, you said?
Yeah.
Interesting. Hold out your hand like that. Ready? Watch.
No way. This guy has a card with him. He said you didn't even have cards with him.
I had 1 card. What card is that?
Wow. This is cool. It's cool when I see it in person because I was always following you for a long time. So it's very cool.
It's like I hold that. Like I don't have a whole deck of. Yeah.
So now I see that you know, now you're at you coach not coach, but I guess you were mentalist for the Dodgers and all these teams. But what gets you to continue now that you did those teams? Now you want to do more?
I mean, it's what I do for a living, so I got to make money.
Yeah.
No, but I absolutely love it. I love it. I love a good challenge. I love being creative. I love coming up with new material. I love performing. I love getting the reactions like that. I love it.
Probably gives you like this
adrenaline for sure.
Yeah,
and I always look forward to like, okay, what's next? What are we gonna do?
Similar for me, like someone watches my podcast, wow, inspiring. See my like.
Yeah, so it's good feedback is always feeds like the
helps
self-esteem for sure. And yeah, it's just I love just the process of it. I enjoy it very much. I like performing. I like talking to people. I'm a very people's person.
Yeah, I
So
can see that.
I like talking to people. I like interacting with people. So it's a great way to connect. It's a great way to open a conversation, any conversation.
You sound excited when you got here.
Yeah, and I can I can walk over to any group of people and have something to show them and have something for them to be impressed by. I think is pretty cool. Yeah.
So how do you now you're at this point where you have your career, you're married, you have a child, you have all these things, and life is continuing.
Yeah.
But how do you say that you're going to continue, and also what could you tell somebody, a piece of advice through, I guess, maybe through becoming a magician, or even coming in front of these famous players?
I think that first of all, just really try your hardest to be present in the moment. Like, be very in the moment, meaning take everything as it comes and be excited about it. Celebrate your wins. Don't take anything for granted. Like, really just don't take things for granted. Really enjoy it, process it. Just work hard. Really don't realize that nothing is unachievable. I know people always say this and you can do anything. I can't be an NFL player. Let's be honest. Okay, but in a realistic way, you can achieve a lot.
Something around that area.
Well, I don't think I would become close to any NFL player, but my
player,
point is
meaning that you can be a mentalist for the NFL.
Correct.
You haven't done that yet.
Correct. So I think a big part of it is saying, okay, is that even remotely possible potentially? And if the answer is somewhat yes, go out and get it. Go do it. Go do it. I promise you, you'll be surprised where it takes you all. You'll be surprised, how far you can actually get. Yeah.
So one of our guests, Sean Balvo, he wanted to become an NFL player, but things came up, and people ask him, "Can you still be a player?" No, she's too old. Okay. So how can you do it? He inspires people by inspires young adults, telling his story, and not even that, maybe helping them become, possible coming to the NFL, but showing them that it's possible to do it. Yeah. To follow your dreams.
I agree with that, 100%.
Recently, I had broke both my legs, thinking that I wouldn't walk again.
It's crazy.
And I just kept
my head up right now.
Kept going, and I'm
walking better than me. Look at this.
Not really, but somewhat.
Yeah. What do you mean? I come in here. I'm like, yo, I thought you broke both your legs last year. He's like, yeah, I did. I'm like, it doesn't look like it. Looked pretty good to me.
So thank God, you got to just continue, put your head up, as what you said, and follow your things that you accomplished. Look at your wins. Yeah. And I think that's a big thing, because if you take it day by day, how do you take it day by day? As I said the other day, I spoke to a high school and I said, how do you take it day by day? You have to look at your accomplishments, look at your wins. So I love what you said. That's a big thing.
I agree. I'm 100% on board. I think even if it's small things, just really focus on the positives, and that's going to propel you to, bigger and better things. It's funny, anybody who knows Isaac, you could be floating in 2 weeks. You never know. You could just literally be airwalking. No one they might come out with some technology where you literally have a jetpack on. You're just
with your magic, who knows what could be done.
We could talk after.
Who knows what could be done.
We could talk after.
Maybe you could help me out.
We could talk after. I'm sure with AI, they're going to come up with something. Who knows? You're still a young guy, so I'm sure there'll be something they'll do.
But it's pretty cool. If I looked at your page, a few years ago, maybe 4 or 5 years ago. Yeah. And what I think you're going to go and do all these things. I was like, yo, I know this guy. People are like, yo, the guy, he went in front of Mike Trout. I was like, no, I followed him from before.
It's true.
Mike Trout. So
it's true.
It's pretty cool to see, that I was able to get you here.
And you know what? Again, what I said about not taking it for granted, I don't take it for granted anybody that watches my content. I put this stuff out because I know that there are people like you watching. So exactly. It's very humbling, very rewarding, very humbling, and very much appreciated. Yeah. So thank you very much.
So God willing, we continue with everybody. Has to continue pushing, keep going, and we'll all, find our places and succeed like yourself. And God willing, we still have to continue succeeding. So yes. So all of us have another day to continue. God gave us another day to be on this earth. So
and bigger and better things. Just everyone should work on themselves, and amen. That's a big bracha. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
My absolute
I appreciate making your time and your effort and even
Oh, it's my absolute
having
pleasure.
a trick on the show. Pretty cool.
It's my absolute pleasure. This is my highlight of my day. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a good day.